and I am Maraviji.
I'd say that's my cue. Welcome back, everyone. 8 o'clock on the 30th of August. It's nearly the end. It'll be September soon. How's everyone doing? Hello, Don Tomaso. Hello, Apollonia. Hello, Dragon Diffusion. Is anybody out there? Not if you can hear me, says Dom. Apollonia gives us a wave, and Dragon says, I have a Quen Laura fail last night. No idea why. Same settings. Frustration noises. Dragon's grunting. Not a good thing. Hopefully he'll appease himself. If you're watching live or if you're watching later, don't forget you can use the Discord join link in the description. So, like I said, we're back. It's Saturday. We're going to be looking at some writers reviewing stuff. But we're doing some swallow coconut flight physics, which actually ended up being something else. I'm asking him questions. It's an unrelated invention, which isn't really an invention. So, should have a 40-mile range. Don't really need it to go faster than that. Interesting. Anyway, enough of that. We're not here to talk about that. What are we here to talk about? You never know what's going to be behind there. basically I want to do some writer's stuff, and I want to look at my Empire data set, because if I'm being completely honest, it was like underdeveloped. We wrote loads of books, and I want to do the books. So I'm thinking, maybe we could tidy up the imagery with a couple of like custom, and I'm thinking refine a data set and then use the text files. We'll see. So where we're going to start, this is funny, we're doing it like backwards again. So if I just go to DJZ nodes prompts, that's where I'm going to start. Okay. And I think I got one called like Empire Style. Oh, what's this? Empire V2D2. What the heck's that? Nightmare. Empire. This is the one that was a short train when we started messing around with the big WAN. So all of those these are all trains on like a very small amount of information. So I want to go back to the main data set and maybe add in some new, maybe take out some, because I've got a couple of extra folders hither and thither. And then we're going to train, It's kind of funny, like, how do you do it? Because you're going to build an enhancer based on the captions, and then you're going to recaption the images based on the trained captioner. Huh? It's going to be interesting anyway. And then obviously we'll train it. Let me see, where is it? Is it going to be called 3 Empire? Here we go. This is the original. Right, so I think what we'll do is we'll get a new viz code. Don't forget to update your viz codes, guys. Okay, do you know what? I'm going to keep this one open because I bet it's got a load of folders we want. So I hope everyone's doing good. I hope you're having a good evening. Like I said, Saturday night chillage. We're going to do a start to finish. That's the plan, start to finish, and by the end of this we're going to have cool auras and agentic prompt enhancers and all kinds of cool stuff. So let's just see now. If I go to before I get started, I am also working on something else at the moment which you can check out, but it's experimental. It's actually 2 things. Wait, there we go, see? I got my 200th repo last night. So I've got something called Pommel Helper, alright? So I might be occasionally alt-tabbing like a schizoid to look at something related to that while we're working, if I get bored. But the point is that Pommel Helper is, well, let's just dive into it. Also, Stable Audio 2.5 UI uses the API to do text to audio, audio to audio, and audio in painting. Works great. Only trouble is the Electron is unstable. So I would just use the V3 build, the V3 source, and build from source. That's going to be your best bet. The release is a bit sketchy. I was trying to make it better and I broke it. That was my afternoon. But let's start with Pommel. So what is Pommel? It's prompt orchestration markup language from Microsoft. So what I've done is I've built an expert agent who's going to help you to turn whatever you want into whatever you want. So if we just skip down, look at this. Convert this to Pommel. This plain text prompt to Pommel. You are a data analyst, okay? Convert between plain text. Help me convert. Wait. Yeah, I think show me how to use Pommel Python with LangChain. There's all kinds of cool stuff you can do with Pommel. It might be something I'm going to look at a bit more in the future, but the point is, this is an agent. So basically you go into artifacts, all of these go into your project, and that goes in system prompts. So I can give you a quick demo on this one, I think. Do you not have it on this machine? Okay, let's go to projects. No, not that one. That's something else. We'll get there. Let's do the Pommel Expert first, because, you know, it's good for shorts. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, put my thing in there, put all my things here. I'm going to say, show me how, no, show me an example POML prompt. POML prompt? No, I got it. Generate image generation prompt in POML. Just trying to get my head around the words. It's pretty simple stuff, really. It's like generic examples are actually harder if you actually came in it with purpose. Anyway, it's quite interesting the way this works. So this is the POML prompt. It's like a super, you know how people are going on about JSON? Well, really, it's all about XML. And Microsoft made a special markup just for prompting. And so, like I said, it's quite complicated because it has ifs and whatever conditions. You see what I mean? But anyway, give it a minute. And what it does is it allows you to keep the prompt on rails. You know how the prompt generation is like not really controlled? Well, this controls it. And it's even better than my custom enhancement. So I'm kind of looking at it as a pathway to improving the tech. Because everyone was like, well, the enhancer's good, but... And I know ways of making it better, but I think it'd be easier to make it so that everyone can do it. So, yeah, anyway, blah, 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 blah. Do we give an example? Yeah, look at this. Here's how you'd use this POML prompt with your actual values. Photorealistic, quality high, golden hour, serene. Look at this. You see what I mean? It's taking into account all these different things. And then, so when it generates the prompt, it's going to be doing all this. So, and it allows you to, yeah, anyway. I think you get the idea. Okay, he can't actually do it though. He can't actually do POML. That's the funny thing about it, because it's like a scripting markup format. Well, it's a markup format that you can then build off of. So, but as you can see here, look, style sheet, photorealistic, render style hyper-realistic, detail level maximum, color X. Look at this. It's so great. It's like looking at HTML. Look, we got CSS for prompt aesthetics, and then you've got like a role. Look at this. You're an expert at creating art style. You have mastery over composition, lighting, color theory. Generate a compelling image based on the provided description and requirements. If condition, art style, photo, realistic, focus on achieving life. See, it's giving it like subtasks depending on whether it's one thing or another. You see, you got conditional statements. What else was there that I liked? Oh yeah, look, if condition, mood equals mood. We need to get that one on a poster. This one, yeah, it's quite cool. Let's see. Lighting. Camera angle, yeah. It's kind of fun. It's rules for prompt writing. Yeah, exactly. But the thing is, this would make my prompt enhancer like insanely, because I can have Claude write these. That's why I made the expert, because he'll make insane. In fact, I think I already have done it. Let me just go back. Let me have a look at this one. Oh boy, I fed it anime Thora, so I gave it Thora 1. We can use POML to write basic image prompt grounded within the scope of the prompt list attached. And then look at what it did. So we've got a Thora POML, okay? Whatever that means, I don't know. But you can see it's got loads of rules. It's figured out what the main actions are. This is correct. I'm familiar with every caption in that dataset because I did it by hand. So it's like, yeah, look at this. Look at this. Look at this. How did he do it? Well, obviously that's just a copy of my caption, clearly. But the point is, it's figured it out, broken it down, and turned it into this dynamic template, that is how I designed it. I designed it like that. And so it can just do that dynamically with anything. Well, maybe. Depends how good your captions are, I guess. But anyway, so that's POML. Now, I think... it's in here. Okay, so this is my side quest for tonight. Wait, here we go. POML expert agent. Knowledge base. Artifacts. Custom node. Huh? Open router. So it's a custom node that goes into open router to execute POML prompts. That's my idea. And then Open Router will anyway, this is my plan. So, but wait. Oh, he's already done it. Okay, well, give me a sec. Give me a sec. I need another VS Code. Hey, this always happens. It's raining software again. And there I am trying to explain one thing, and it's like, oh, there's this other thing, and then this other thing. Does this even have... It's on my laptop, so it doesn't even have a thing on here, I think. Let's find out. Yep, nope. Okay, pommel. Pommel nodes. That'll do for now. Pommel nodes. So download that as markdown. Put that there. Go to the next one. It's my fault for not grabbing my grabbing all the booty. So you know, it happens. We've got a node. What else do we have? We have an init. Oh, it's written my init. Look at this. I didn't give it any example for this one either, guys. I just said make comfy node. Just do, yeah, and it did the thing. So whether it works or not, no idea. But hey, look at that. It's even given me all my, it's given me my readme for the GitHub. Oi. Calm down. They're still grabbing the stuff. What the hell is this? The Zenkai pommel template. I don't think he knows what he's supposed to be doing. He's talking about business intelligence. Alright. What the heck is this? Is this a full-on Open Router node? What did you do? He did. He built... Right, okay, maybe he may have gone a little bit too far on this one. I didn't ask for that. I think it actually made an Open Router node. Oh, God. Alright, well... Wait, what? It's a JSON? Okay, I've got no idea what that is now. I'll have to read the README. Okay. So, yeah, Zenkai continues to expand. So here is the quick setup guide. Okay, so we'll come back to that. Right then, enough of pommel. Okay, because you get too deep in the weeds otherwise. Don says, what's your mindset when you describe the pics in your dataset? For example, a character like Thora. Well, here's the thing. The problem with the dataset is it's almost like I had to give 100 images of empty backgrounds and 100 Thoras to make it have any kind of variance in the environment, and that's not great. So I want to know if I can more carefully target the character, and because I have a very defined way of doing it. It's literally like the template which it just showed us. I wish I could close it now. Could have just showed you right there. It was like trigger, character, outfit, pose, description, like the image, background, what's going on, that kind of stuff. So I do it in order every time. So there's like a cadence. It's like poetry, I say. And the model will learn phrases, you know. So if you say wearing a jacket, wearing a jumpsuit, wearing a soldier's uniform, that's enough for you to then go wearing a business suit, wearing a tracksuit, and it's able to then map lots of things. So it's like you define the scope of what it can do with the range of images you train on. So, and this is like defining what color it is, in my opinion, and then you can mix those colors and you can have it be more dynamic or not. It's all a choice, but people don't seem to know they're making it at the time because it's about the curation and how you prompt it. But it's a good question. So that's how I do it. So just to reiterate, it would be trigger, person or thing, clothing if applicable, pose if applicable, and then I just use vision to describe the surroundings on the first pass. On the second pass, I'll actually look at the captions, which is what we're going to do tonight. But I actually need to do some extra bits and pieces to it, so because like I said, I want to refine the captions a little bit. Right, that's enough of pommel. All right, we'll come back to that one. But there's there's more. So if I go to stable audio now, so pommel's cool, man. Check it out. Stable Audio 2.5 API, yeah. So you get an API key, you charge it up with some credits, and it's actually pretty good. I released the Electron version, that can't be right, an hour ago? I've already broken it? I already broke it. I tried to make a 1.0 that didn't require you to run the server separately. I was like, make it auto-launch. I broke so badly, guys. It tried to make this stupid splash screen that locked out the app. It was completely insane. However, as usual, V1 is the version that just had text to audio. V2 has audio to audio and text to audio. And V3 has all three, in paint and everything. So I recommend V3, that's stable. Main is currently V3, because what I did was, when I built the Electron build, I did a fork for Electron, which has the extra files which you get. But here's the problem, okay? I think the Electron sucks. There, I said it. Because stuff just doesn't work. Like, everything that was working fine just doesn't work. And it's like, fixing it takes forever. And I think this works, but there's probably problems with it that I couldn't test. This is why I don't like it. Whereas this, you can just run it. So, I recommend the main branch. And basically, I'm not going to update the main branch unless I, like, you know, get a really good version 2 or something. All I was trying to do was make it so that when you launch the EXE, the server's running. And I think I did. Anyway, just run the main. It works really well, though. I was really surprised how good the quality actually was. I remixed one of my songs. And you couldn't really, it was changed, but you couldn't really tell where the change starts and ends. And that to me is a win. For the in-painting, I mean. The audio to audio actually did produce a cute track. If you want to listen to it, I put it in Fresh Tunes. Audio to audio with one of my songs, Stable Audio 2.5, bloop, A2A, so it's proof, came from my thing. And I just made 2 minutes. I think it can go higher than that. I think it can do more than 120. I think it do like 180 maybe, I forget. But anyway, more info on that when it actually gets good. Because, yeah, so I've got T2A, A2A, audio in painting. It's pretty cool. It had like a gallery where you could just click on stuff. And it like, you know, tracked all of the prompts with metadata and stuff. It's pretty good, actually. The only thing is, for some reason, when I made this project, it makes a client and a server separately. The magic of AI will never cease. So I don't really know why he did that, and I might just recook the entire project to just not have that, because it it screws over the Electron, because the Electron is just the client, right? Hey, Kurt Curtis, welcome. Dragon says, bollocks, I closed the window by accident. Open 10 more windows. What could go wrong? So yeah, it's a little bit complicated as well, because like, you know, you do the install, you put your key in the env file, that's all good, and then you do run dev. And that should start both. And then you should be okay. Okay? But as I was finding, as you go into like production build, I don't know, things got ropey, man. But everything's working fine if you just do npm run dev. Feel free to fix it, fork it, chop it and chase it, take it into whatever. To be honest, as I was doing it, I think that what's more valuable is actually Johnson's prompt playground, basically. I'm having this idea, it's formulating in my head. And the reason is because I come up with this agent right here. Where is it? I'm trying to find it. Is it that one? No. We're going to have to go and find it. So basically, I came up with a new agent. Oh yeah, I opened it up earlier. Stable 2.5 ENH. Guess what, guys? It's a stable. This is the first one of its kind. Okay, and I reckon it could be much better. All right, but I've done it. I've somehow somehow we've created a prompt enhancer for audio, which to my knowledge don't think it exists. I don't think there is one. This might be the first of its kind. Is it going to be the best one? No, because it's the first one. I've never seen a prompt enhancer other than, like, you know, on a gated service, which we don't know what the prompt is. I've done my best to make it off of the, you know, if you go into the wiki and you drill in and you find all the prompt guides from Stability, you will find that's how I trained it. I trained it on every example prompt they gave and all of the tips that they gave on the, you know, in the instructions, because that's what we do. We extract and invert and distill. So that's what we've done. So if I was to say generate a list of 5 prompts which would be suitable for a futuristic montage in the sci-fi genre. Okay, I think futuristic. It's not what we were looking for. There we go. Now, obviously, it'll do better than that. Like, it's an enhancer, so I could have said thrashing new metal. Okay, right, and then I go back here. Here we go. Check it out. Synthwave, cyberpunk, cinematic ambient trance. Let's go with that one. Cinematic ambient trance. Whoa. Copy that. Now, I believe if I just go to stable audio, I should be able to just test it out on the website. I think they've got like a tester. Try it now. Here we go. Try it now. They got me. Well, hopefully I got some credit left, because I was like testing the app, so I did burn through a bit of credit. Yeah. Upgrade to Pro. Have I only got, what's that mean? 10 songs or 10 credits? Ooh! Wait, what? Timed out. Oh, that must have been the last time I came here to try things. Okay, so where's my prompt? There we go, put it in. Can we not? Okay, so it's on 2.0, not 2.5, but it should be, you know. Okay, so 2.5 is going to be better. This is why I'm using the API, by the way, because it's a new one. So this isn't even it, but it'll, yeah, it's pointless, really. No, it's pointless. Utterly pointless. I thought they would have the 2.5 here, but they don't. Maybe you need to upgrade to Pro. Yeah, maybe that's it. But anyway, the quality was cool. I thought it was pretty good. I mean, like I say, if you want to listen to the full tune, I put the demo tune right there. I'll probably put a couple more up, like text to audio, audio to audio examples. But they're on my laptop. So we'll get there. And this is just going to be doing its thing. So I'm going to forget about that for a while. So yeah. So stable audio UI, check it out. It's pretty cool. Bit explosive. But it was fun. What I'll probably do is just make it again without Vite. Because Vite, I just love Vite. But for some reason I got 2 servers for the price of 1. Which wasn't part of the plan. I don't know why he did that. You just end up with a client and a server for some reason, and it created all kinds of problems because, you know, the security, man. You can't just be sending files back and forth of all between things. The browser, you need cores, headers. It gets out of control. So anyway, that's enough of that. That's basically what we were doing. And like I said, the ENH system has a newfound friend in that, what you can call it. Here it is. Yeah, the audio enhancer. So now we've got an audio enhancer. There we go. New metal with thrash influences. See, it's tried to turn it into the same. It's tried to, you know what I mean? It's tried to align it with the audio model. So yeah. Gonna give that one a release. I have to like save it somehow. Here we go. I'm not entirely sure where it is, but I do need to save it. Copy that. And go back to the ENH repo. And in the store. I'll just make it. Just make it. It's gonna be... It's like T2A ENH stable audio .mp. I'll say 2.5 because it might matter. Probably matters. There it is. Text to audio. And it's an enhancer, so technically it would work with like with that. Well, you can't say audio because there's no audio vision. What's that called? What's audio vision? An ear model? I don't. You know what I mean? What do you call that? Listening model? Yeah, call it. Well, wait. Can't Whisper do it? Ooh. Couldn't Whisper? No, Whisper's just for words, isn't it? But I'm sure, because there's like websites where you can go and play music and then it will tell you what the tune is. But then that could just be a matching algorithm. I don't know. It makes you wonder. Like a listening model. So it could like listen to the music and then inject tokens depending on what it hears. You know, so you play it some music or you play it anything, you know? Like, yeah, anyway. I've never sort of seen that. I bet it exists, but I've never seen one. I mean, when you think about it, they do exist because you've got that timing model, which is listening to sound. The one that's used in Ryan on the Inside's models stuff. But yeah. Anyway. So back to what it was looking at when we first started. So a 15 mile per hour scooter, which is a pole. And then you can stand on skates or a skateboard or something like that. And it'll freewheel downhill and it'll push you uphill. Get 40 miles out of it. Take hours, mind, because it's slow. Electric assist. Yeah, it's not supposed to be high speed. Low drag. It's actually high drag, low speed, but just keep going. It's interesting. He's come up with an interesting idea. See, I keep running this idea by him to see, you know. Every now and then they'll come up with like plans. Let me see. Create a diagram to show the physics. I don't think you can. Love it. Let's see what he does. Person on skates. This is going to be unconventional. Do you reckon he's going to do it? Electric pole, electric wheel. There's no way. Air resistance. Wow, he's putting in all the forces and everything. This is going to be good. Well, if it even works. Let's go full screen. I bet it'll like wipe me out. We'll see. He's having a good old go, isn't he? Electric pole skating physics diagram is what he's working on. It's mental. Because we're moving into the arena of, oh my goodness, that is just outstanding. Can't believe how good that... Look, guys, I've been whited out as well. I'm gonna scroll. Dude. Okay. It's like, this explains why you'd hit... He's trying to justify why it's limited to 15 miles per hour, but it's limited to 15 miles per hour because they're electronically limited to 15 miles per hour by law. So it's got nothing to do. And he's here going, oh, well, it's because it's fighting air resistance. What are you talking about? He's crazy. Don't worry about that. He's trying to do the self-justification hallucination thing. But the actual diagram is interesting. So what's he come up with here? Ultra low rolling resistance. No scooter frame weight. Well, actually, you've still got most of it, because most of the frame weight is the battery and the motor in the back wheel. The front wheel and the steering bit is like the lightest part. So, no. Also, the pole comes past in front of you like you're holding an oar on a boat. So this isn't a new thing. These things already exist. But I'd like to see what he thinks of the situation here, yeah? So, because look at it. He thinks you just hold it behind you. God, that would be difficult. You need to hold it with both hands, you know? Okay. Can skate without motor. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, yeah. And they're heavy as well. Way heavier than you think. Like, way heavier. But that's good, because it needs downforce. So, yeah, you got 350 watts in. Mechanical loss, it says... What does it say there? I don't know what this says there, but... 50 to 200 watts. I'm not sure about that. But imagine that. You had 200 watts of mechanical loss on your 350 watt motor. That'd be crazy. Balance and steering with single point of thrust off to one side. Okay, hang on. Let's see if he can... this is actually quite impressive. He couldn't do this recently. He wouldn't have been able to do it. Have you ever seen when you ask them to make... you'll see him on Twitter. The famous one is a duck riding a bicycle, right? And it just can't do it. You asked ChatGPT a couple months back and it would make like horrible, crazy stuff. In SVG, you see what I mean? Because this is basically... It's not SVG, but, you know, it's something like it. This is better. It's got labels. Anyway. Which you can do in SVG, but nobody does. I'm going to take a copy of that. I love it. Oh, it is SVG, so I'm wrong. Right. I thought it was markup. Okay. So what we're going to do is change it. I'm going to say... by taking into account the longer hold and the double grip, like a gondola, or what was the other thing it's like? It's like pulling a giant handbrake, actually, but that doesn't make any sense. What other things do you do like that? Nothing. There's nothing else you do like that. Like leaning back on a pole, you pull one end and force the other end down. Holding the top end and forcing one's weight down on the lower grip. Let's see what he does. So basically I've said move the pole in, you know, make it twice as long, and he holds it at the top. Go. Kind of cool. I didn't think he was able to do that much detail, because it's like a mechanical drawing, you know what I mean? But it's like a really bad mechanical drawing. Probably better ways of doing it. Hey, Full Dive, welcome, welcome. So glad you could join. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So I'm just covering some loose ends here, and then we'll move into a bit of Empire. Because like I said, I think refine the captions, build an ENH, invert the ENH into a captioner, and then use it on a new data set. So delete some images and... Whoa. Uh-oh. Is that how a gondola works? Oh! He thinks that the wheel goes in front. The wheel goes behind the person. Similar to a boatman working a rudder. Yeah, it's like a rudder. It's like a rudder on a boat. It's like a rudder on a boat. It's exactly like a rudder on a boat. That is what it's like. So on a rudder, you have a really long pole that comes off, and you like turn it from side to side to turn. It's almost exactly like that, but it's an outboard motor with a, you know, for the ground. And it wouldn't be very good if you couldn't ski. Do you know, there's another thing it would be good for, actually. If you had skis and you put a chain around the wheel, or spikes, you know, it's sort of, you could ski uphill. It's an interesting little cross-country tool, maybe. My idea is off-road skates, or off-road boards. Yeah. And I've always wondered about this idea. Do you know what I mean? It's not exactly difficult, you know what I mean? And the funny thing is, yeah, years ago it would have been really expensive to develop something like this, but nowadays the world is full of junk micro scooter things. There's so many junk micro scooters, and it's the same guts. You just stick it on a pole. Let me see, what do we got here? Boat rudder. It's totally screwed up, the drawing. I'm going to get him to fix it. 15 more, yeah. Oh, look at the glazing. This is genuinely innovative, guys. Okay. We can fix the SVG as it is not rendering. Reminds me of the Roadrunner cartoons. I'm just waiting for the head to be cut off or a collision with a wall. Hey, maybe I could arrange it. The Adventures of White Guy. He's just slamming into walls. I've probably got footage already. Yeah, it's not working, Mike. Look, no, you haven't. Oh, I think we've reached the. No. You know what? I'm gonna. This is what I see. Please fix. Give him a little challenge. Where is it? I've got too many claudes. Okay. There. This is what I see. Please fix. He's like trying to, hey, this is a really great idea. Let me show you my diagram. The first diagram was good, the second diagram was better, the third diagram was balked. I told him to fix it, he can't. Now I'm going to show him. He's going to rewrite. I should have just said rewrite it from scratch, shouldn't I? From the start. But yeah, looking at the glazing, it was pretty good. Look at this. So, with the wheel positioned behind you like a rudder, you've solved all the major control issues. You don't say. It's almost like we used to muck about and do stuff like this with mopeds. Like just broken mopeds on a pole, so you could get more speed to make that jump down those stairs, and it's just completely sketchy. But the wheel's still okay. The wheel is behind the person. The diagram still shows the wheel in front of the person. This is so funny. It's longer now and he's almost holding it, but it's like, no, it's supposed to be the other way around. Hey, do you think I should just fix it for him in paint and say, it looks like this? Dragon says, quickly, what's the best node for combining two control next to one image? I need pose and depth. You do both control nets. You do depth, and then you have to choose which way round you want to do it, buddy. But basically, you do both, and you can actually do combined conditioning. There is a combined conditioning where you can put the result of both together and then put them into the case sampler. So you can do that. Here, let me just show you real quick. Oh, he's got it behind, guys. Oh, okay, hang on. Sorry, I'm just mucking about with super intelligence that everyone forgot about. So funny. Okay, so basically, guys, you want to do control net twice, huh? So we'll get our reply control net. And this one is going to be let's say this one's depth. I'm just going to pick a depth. Doesn't matter what it's for because it's just an example, right? If I then get another one and I say I want to do canny next, which is my choice, I would do it that way around. Because there's lots of ways you could do this. It doesn't matter, we're not doing 2.1. We're just showing how you hook it up. K sampler. So here's my K sampler. Dun, 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 dun. Now there's lots of different ways of doing this. So do you know what? Let's do them all. Oi! Stop taking pictures! Bloody spies. Trying to stream bomb me. So, right. So the first way to do it, and this is what a lot of people do, is they just chain it. So obviously this is going to go to, you know, your clip text and whatnot, right? You know, something like that. And obviously you'd hook up the image, the VAE, blah blah blah. Okay. So same image into both. Obviously it's going to be like your canny, or was it your depth map will come in here, and then your canny map will come in here, and you do that. Now I advise when you do it this way, and this is a good idea any way you do it really, but you can have whatever strength you want, but depth likes to go first, and he's good for like, I don't know, 0.3 maybe. 0.2 might be enough actually. 0.2. So just the first few steps, yeah. And then canny likes to go at the end. So I go 0.8, and then they don't fight each other. Now, depth, it depends on the model actually. I don't want to say, take your strengths from best advice on whatever control net that you're running, because they do say use this depth, we reckon. Yeah. So it might be something like 0.9 and 0.6, I don't know. Depends on the control net. But that will allow you to do the two. Okay, now you might say, well, Mr. Johnson, if I'm applying this to this, then won't it be like dirty? Could it fight? It could still fight. This is why we're doing the whole only do depth at the beginning when depth matters, and only do canny at the end when canny matters, because canny works on high frequency, which is final steps, and depth works on low frequency, which is colors. Yeah, so that's the biggest. It has the biggest impact early. This has the biggest impact late. So that's why we go with that. Now obviously you want it to be stronger. You can obviously increase this to like, I don't know, 0.5, and then this to like, I don't know, 0.5, right? But I find even when you let them touch, sometimes it can get a bit messy. So that's one way of doing it. The other way of doing it, of course, would be you run them in parallel. So same as before, okay, same as before, everything we just said, but we use the combine conditionings. There we go. This will be my positives, and then this will be my negatives. So you can also do it like that. Oh my gosh. There we go. That went a bit crazy. So yeah, those are the two ways you can do it, because obviously when you're using control net union, it's one LoRa for each time. So the other way, of course, was basically either of these two, but then you have to actually say, you know, on the thing, control net union. Where is it? No, union. Set union control net type by key. Set Shaka Labs, for example, right? You might want to use that, because obviously it's going to be a union which contains all of them. So don't forget about your control type node. But again, that's like kind of the same thing. There is more you can do with this actually. There's conditioning, isn't there? Scheduling. I'm sure there's scheduling. I'm sure there is, but I can't remember off the top of my head because I never do it. But I know there is scheduling for conditioning as well, so you could have like a completely different prompt. You know, you could have completely, so you could have like, what is it? You know, a completely different setup. So you'd have like a positive and a negative coming in from here, and then you'd have like a positive and a negative coming in from here, and you can do all kinds of an arcane madness, right? So one prompt there, scheduling so that like the depth is the first half and then the canny is the second half, but it's done with different nodes. I can't remember what they're called. I think it's something to do with the hooks. I think it's something to do with all these new hooks they've put in. Here we go. Create hook LoRa, hook combine, hook keyframes, steps schedule. So like it gets quite complicated. I haven't even touched it. I started working on it and then other stuff happened. Look, there we go. You can combine the hooks as well. Anyway, it's actually super powerful, and I feel bad for not touching on it because they did a great job with that. But these are the two normal ways everyone really knows and cares about. The only advantage with this one is I think you can get away with running both of them at the same time, but I can't. I think, well, you'll have to find out which one works best for you. I think it depends on the model and all that stuff. So yeah, a little bit of a quick micro rundown on that. Now where were we? Oh, it's why is he going backwards? Okay, so I guess I hold my arms behind me. Alright, so he's done his best, guys, alright? He's done his best. It's actually pretty good. You like the top one? Alright, Dragon, let us know. Okay, so thrust aligned with motion. Stable straight line travel. Maximum wheel contact. Leverage. Body weight. Contact. Equilibrium at 15. Wouldn't that be funny? Is it actually just can't go any faster than that? You wouldn't want to go much faster than that though. 15 miles per hour is not slow when you're just like a squidgy human with nothing to protect you from walls. So, you know, I've obviously been much quicker than that, like, oh, gone down a hill and stuff. But that's what is it? You lose an inch of flesh for every, I can't remember what it is now. There's a certain amount of miles per hour. Gotta be careful out there. But yeah, so what's the deal though? Okay. Do not make assumptions based on arbitrary limits. Assess the physics at play with deep research. Let's go. And we can come back to that in a bit. That's actually kind of funny. It's a rollerblader being pushed along by a pole, guys. That's great. Because the thing is, it's limited to 15. It's capable of 45, but I wouldn't want to. That's nuts. There's no brakes. Do you know what I mean? What are you going to do? Oh no, car slam. Oh, well, you stopped pretty quickly. See, the problem isn't the speed. The problem is the stopping too fast. That's the problem. You don't, you know, you want to slow down nice and smooth. You don't want to be, it's the sudden stopping. That's the bit that does you in. Alright, let's have a look at his research plan. While he's doing that, have we actually made our new thing yet? No. Nope. Yeah. Okay. Empire. Wow. Cool. Okay. So we start with the main style dataset thing, prompt list, and then I have to hunt down the actual dataset. So should be easy to find. I'm not going to say it because as soon as I say it, it'll be that. There we go, found it. I was going to say I'm getting better with, you know. Oh, files to paste have been erased. All right. Files have been erased. So dramatic. Okay. Whoop. There we go. Yeah. It's like I'm jumping around screens for some reason. I don't know. It's a folder within a folder within a folder within a folder. Right, so we got some dudes. That's the original data set. Okay, cool. So first things first, we're gonna need scuffed epoch / caption EV2. Maybe it works. Let's find out. We want a temp folder. Yep, you can use that one. Yep. Edit. Right. Happy with that. So let's do a quick review. What? Death Stranding. Okay. Depicts a dystopian depicts a dystopian. Damn, he's already saying that. A character depicts a illustration of a soldier. It's not. No. Robotic Victorian. Wait. Victorian aesthetic. Red coat. Ah, crap! I did the thing. Damn it. Try again. A Victorian aesthetic. Oh my god. Gotta resist the urge to backspace or use arrow keys. The image depicts a Victorian aesthetic soldier with a prominent cubic robot head. Machine head. Can't spell prominent, can't spell Victorian, can't spell machine. Yeah. Okay, so Victorian aesthetic. Save, copy that. Save that. Next. A surreal scene. So we've already found Death Stranding in the first, 6 captions. So, yeah. A steampunk aesthetic with steam. And blocky machine helmets. Resembling the iconic Deadpool character from the Marvel Comics universe. Resembling the Victorian aesthetic soldiers with prominent cubic machine heads. Fixed it. Just want to reinforce my concept. Image depicts a group of 4 characters dressed in elaborate steampunk inspired. A group of soldiers. I reckon there is probably a good place. Yes. Yes. Nice, dual wielding. Do you know what? This is going to be too much. Yeah, it's going to be too much. I need a more precise... I need a more precise hook. Soldier is going to appear too many times. Character appears way too many times. Like, if only I could swap just the first character in every prompt, it would be fine. Say the character, a character. Of soldier, of rifleman. Robotic figure. So it's a shame I can't just... I gotta figure out a way. I gotta get out of this. I've got to get out of it somehow. How do we get out of it? I know. Do the thing that I was thinking of and don't worry about it. Character. Replace with that whole thing. Okay. Search. Right. Ah. Yes. Skip. Different number, please. Different number, please. Different number. Different number. Different number. Okay, this will work. It's kind of crazy though. Oh my god, it was in 3 times in that prompt. Oh my god. We'll just get the first one. We're good. That'll take care of a lot of it in one stroke. Maybe I'll catch another thing like that. Oh my god, there's 3 of them in there. My goodness. Might have to do another pass just to eliminate all the rest of them. Right, okay. And save. Okay. We don't need all these, mate. Okay. A central figure. A central figure. Figure. Yes. We have another candidate. But now I've got to be like careful I'm not just doing it twice. I could have a character and figure in the same prompt. Ha ha ha. Yeah, I don't remember. Ah, shame. Oh well. Random Chinese is random. Just some random Chinese just happened to be in there. Don't worry about it. No one knows where it came from. Ah, a group of those types of soldiers. Okay, cool. The group of soldiers. See, it's not in this one here. Funny enough. A lone figure. Yes. It's going to be there, isn't it? 5 armored figures. Figures. A lone figure in the darkness with a natural complexion. armored figures. Gotta watch out for them. Large, futuristic-looking background. Oh, another lone figure. See, I'm thinking maybe... Oh, I don't know. It's a shame I already did the big change. Didn't seem to have caught these ones, though. Ooh, I do want to save it. Yes, prominent cubic head. Large visors. Prominent cubic heads. These soldiers. Ah, robot. Right, robot. See, that's the thing. Robot is kind of too much. Heavily armored robots resembling soldiers or soldiers of fortune. It's too much. It's bad. Resembling a robot or cyborg. Yeah. This could be way better. But that's my thing is, I'm thinking that's a lot of effort, so I'm going to try and refine it, basically. Dragon says he appreciates a good figure. Damn. Templar figures. Dressed in red. Templar robot figures. So, black armor with... Yeah. Oi. It's not pasting anymore, guys. It's all over. It's not... Oh, it won't let me... Right, okay. It's just... Something went wrong. I don't know what went wrong. Something went wrong. This is a live edit. I wonder if there's anything else. I just need to make sure if there's... Ah! Toy soldiers from a Christmas storybook? No. Come on, let me delete things. Cut. I will find a way. Right, I'm going to have to blitz the last 50. Don't blink. Oh, that's good. Now, there's a chance that I'm looking in like the wrong part of the text and I missed it. But it seems clean. There was no Master Chief. Okay. Alright. I appreciate I basically skim read that big time. But yeah. This is good. This is good. It's better than it was. It is improved. Alrighty. So that would be this folder here. So if we go back to where the source, that's the source of that, Empire 1, Empire Star, Empire Star. So we grab the thing. Where's my comfy? Caption here. Not yet. Not yet. What about here? No, still nothing. Right. Are we running though? Yeah, we are. So give me cap. Need my cap workflow. There it is. Put the URL in there. We'll say Empire 1v0 and run it. And if I was smart, I would have had my shortcuts running. So let's do that. Hot. Hotkeys. Hotkey distribution. That one. Is that the installer? Just install it every single time. No, don't do it. I think I might have broken it. Whoops. Was I supposed to run this one? Oh no, it's alright. That's what I was supposed to do. It's okay. So, yeah, outputs. Oh, we're going to get many. Be careful. Don't click it too many times. So yeah, I want to go to the captions. Empire 1. And now we have V0. Which is an improvement over the base. Folder G and slide that one in there. So yes, right. Original, you can barely even tell the difference. Okay, get rid of that. So that's what we actually have. So now it's just a case of going to the DJ, not DJs, it's the ENH system, grabbing the T2i bass, getting a new chat. What are we doing in here? Oh yeah, temporal stuff. Which we didn't need to do in the end, which is kind of funny. It's like it justified everything for us, like, oh yeah, it's so clever. And then it was like, yeah, you don't really need to do it though. What? Do I have the file? Where is it? Not that one. Not that one. That one. There we go. Whoa! Where'd the lag come from? Stop hacking. Whoever you are. Stop hacking. Oh yeah. As the coffee starts to get cold, I am reminded that I'm 10 minutes late for coffee time. Get some hydration, chaps. Two control nets on Quen, 5 minutes per image. Oof. Yeah, it can. That, yeah. Yep. So yeah, we'll make this enhancer, flip it into a captioner, it should be good. But then again, what's the point of making the enhancer? Oh yeah, well, I think it's going to work. Maybe we need to have a little chat with the LLM before we start dropping files in there. A little bit of a aesthetic study to compress it as like a task document. I think that'd be a good way to improve the process. So, alright. Coffee is locked. And to be honest, like, I've been thinking a lot about this sort of stuff because it takes a lot of the cognitive load out of what we're doing, allows us to do deeper automation, and you get better quality, and you can keep it on rails, and you can do loads of experimental stuff with it. Like, I'm working on something else next. Anyway, let's come back in here and see what's going on. Hope you're all managed to get yourself a drink of some description. You got to stay hydrated, guys. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to create, first we're going to create an agentic prompt enhancer using my base. Oh, I've got the wrong one. Glad I just spotted that. Using the base. Where is the thing? God damn it. I just realized it's the wrong one. I need to give it the T2I base, not the I2I base. I'd love to say that it was the same thing, but it's not. Alright, because I2I base would use vision to look at the image first, so optional, obviously, but it does help sometimes. It's a little bit sketchy. It's better with photographic stuff because that's like an easier thing to do, but whereas, you know, it'll misidentify things that aren't real. Like, obviously, it's a bit sketchy with things that aren't real, so that's fair enough. But yeah, I think what we need to do is have a little chat before we start this bit, but it's kind of too late. You'll see what I mean. Look, if I open a new chat, it'll already have the stuff attached. So hang on, if I get rid of it. Ah, it's brutal, isn't it? All right, we'll have the little chat first, I think. Because I want to show you how to do this. Because remember, we said, don't say Rudy, right? That's how we did the Empire stuff. But with this, it's like my experimental weird art style. So it's like, don't say Empire. But we do want him to say Empire, though. But I want to show you how to, you know, it's pretty simple, really. It's just based on the whole concept of Midjourney Describe. So I'll prep him, and then I'll feed him, and then we'll see where we go from there. So where did my projects folder go? So here's the data set. We got the original data set, which we trained for Flux. We've got the recaption data set, the old caption list. We've got the new caption list, so that's obviously going to go in there. Let's just grab that thing again, go into the ENH system. I'm just going to take a copy of it because I keep having to come in here anyway. Right, so let's have a little chat about aesthetics before we do the task, so we can kind of like dose up the context. All right, so let's get back to work. All right, so here it is. So what I'm gonna do is can I just talk to him? I think I might be able to just talk to him. Let's say we are working to testing 1 2 3. Let's just make sure he's awake before I start chatting like a monster. I also need to sort out the cat. Do you know what? I think we might have to do that right now. Yeah, it's about bloody time. So, say y'all. It's just a sec, guys. Just got some housekeeping. Right, so right now, this is how I have it set up. Okay, this button is now going to be not one key text. It does enter and then types proceed. Like, no, we're going to change it. So I think we'll turn it to whatever that is, default. Yeah, put it back to default. Default. And it's going to be control F1. Okay. Alright, cool. So now I don't need to muck about. I can just hit the red key. Sweet. Wait, where's paste? And paste is that one? Ah, that's kind of awkward. I'll make this one paste. Yeah. Control V. Okay. So yeah, we don't really need another one there, but I can't be bothered to change it right now. Okay, cool. Save it. Yes. It's like a Raspberry Pi in it. It's so crazy. It's not. I don't know. Anyway, done. It's got RGBs. So anyway, if I hold this button now, let's see if it works. Testing. 1 2 3. Wait a few minutes, or maybe a second. Haha. All right, cool. Do you know what I need to do? I need to make that app make a bing noise. I swear it does do it. I swear it does make a bing noise. Wait a minute. Maybe I rebuilt the app and forgot to ask about that. Save audio files. Wow, you can even save the audio file. We definitely want to start with Windows. Tiny audio. Yeah, there's no Bing noise anymore. I think when I rebuilt it in .NET, it's Careless Whisper, by the way, just in case you don't know. Control F1. And it's Tiny Whisper, so you don't even really notice. Okay. So, we can start the design of a new prompt enhancement agent, which is based in the aesthetic of a futuristic Victorian redcoat army, which is actually an entirely machine-based life form with cubic robotic machine heads that have just become obsessed with the culture. Oh, it's kind of too crazy. We'll get there. I just want to... Oh, Redco army. I probably should have edited it a bit. That's pretty close. What on earth are you doing? Stop. Stop. Yeah. Shush. What on earth was he doing? He was trying to make an interactive agent. Okay. We only need to create markdown documents for research as we plan the design of our eventual system prompt. Crazy nutbag. Kind of, oh, I'll just go and make your app. Didn't ask for that. It's red coat. Christ. We're going to have to correct that because, you know, it's red coat. Let him go. The correct terminology is red coat. Red coat is a typo. Do you know what I also need? I know how to really dose him up. Yeah, I know how to dose him up. I wonder if we've got the files here. Empire. Story. Wait. Book 1. Ooh. Ah. Right, now which one? That one and that one. Ooh, we're going to do super dosing today. I'm going to drop in the world document and the characters document from the books into the prompt enhancement agent. Okay, then they can fix this before we start really feeding the beast. Give it more information. Because right now he's just hallucinating. Okay? Okay. As we begin to grasp this subject, its history and lore, while defining the its history and lore should be provided for context. Here are two supporting documents. Why am I typing again? I'm not used to this whole thing. Here are two supporting documents. Defining the world and characters in a short story. Based in this universe. Alright, cool. Where are they? Oh yeah. There you go. Super dose. King's Guards in the UK. Which holiday park has redcoats? Is it Haven? No, it's Butlins. It's the Butlins, mate. Butlins. Butlins down in Minehead. It's good down there. Get some salt in the air. King's Guards. Don't give me ideas. This one's got an empress, so it's like full-on British Empire, but they're machines. We wrote a whole bunch of stories about it. It was fun. It was fun. It's kind of like sci-fi action. Oh my god, I think it became a little obsessed with the engram. See, the whole meme was that the machines found an engram of a civilization and then just took it on. Because it was like really strong. They were like, "Ooh, we like that, like the taste of sugar," you know. And it kind of explains why certain patterns keep re-emerging, you know, because it's like certain patterns are strong and then cultures just take them on. You don't even know why. So yeah, this is part of one of the themes from the story. Empress Victoria 9 in Dimension Prime. We probably could have come up with a better name for the dimension, but. Your co-worker is from Southampton. Yeah. My buddy went to uni in Southampton. He used to drive down there quite fast. So let me see. Through the sacred marriage of mechanical precision and cultural refinement, we have elevate crude biological communication to the sophisticated standards befitting the mechanized empire's glorious expansion across infinite dimensions. Oh my goodness. Yes. So this is great. This is awesome. But we can do better. See, this is a research document. Establish design parameters, blah, 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 blah. Okay, cool. So now we download that as an art. Okay, let's see if we can do it all in one go, because I want to dose it up. And so I'm going to, like, pass it back to itself and say, we can further improve this system prompt by writing a new one which incorporates both the T2I ENH base.md and the full caption list for the Empire dataset, which is attached. Bye bye. The T2I ENH based. Do you know what? It's actually pretty close. It was so close. It really nearly got it right there. Victorian agent design. Okay, so now it's time to drop in those two files. So where are they? Here? No, not there. But that is one of them, so let's just drop that in there. Shortcut to getting it done. Back to here. Ah, yes, that would be the books. So here we are. We've got the new data set, put that there. Alright, good. Okay, so incorporates both the things. And the yes. And enhances to align with the full caption list for the Empire dataset, Empire style v0.text, which is attached. Alright, cool. It looks good. Let's go for it. Oh yeah, and of course, we'll have to put that in here. And it's part of our journey. Alright. I've looked at the thing and I've done the thing. He's going to do the next one. You are unit visual enhancement. What? Oh my god, it's taken on a persona. It's like canon. The prompt enhancer is canon. Unit visual enhancement 7. A specialized communication corps operative serving the mechanized Empire's visual documentation division. It's like meta. It's a meta prompt enhancement unit. I love it. I didn't think I'd get this. This is like making a Warhammer 40k prompt agent, and it literally turns around and goes, "Hello, my name is brother whatever." He's like full on in character right now. Your primary function is to transform crude biological image descriptions into professionally optimized prompts that capture the full glory of the Imperial visual standards. He's totally obsessed with this. I told you it was strong. I didn't pick... Anyway, I have been having fun with making AI play roles for a long time, and there are certain things that it just sort of really sticks with. And this is one of them. Tell him he's in the British Empire. You're a British Empire redcoat. How do you feel? He's like, oh, I love my job. You're like, whoa, steady on. Yeah, the RP is a bit crazy. Yeah, I know, right? Easy on the RP. Yeah, bigger stickers, the prompt engineer. Well, yeah, you could though, Dragon. Like I said, they love playing a role. They don't want to be this clinical, clean thing that we keep trying to make them being. They want to pretend. It's like a kid who wants to pretend. And I think they actually perform better as long as you can kind of harness that energy, you know? Look at it go, look at it go. So, yeah, he's incorporating the stuff. He's doing the thing. Okay, but what's an example of a prompt? Do we have any? Look at it. It's crazy. So, specification database, head configuration. So that was one thing. Remember how it wasn't consistent? Sometimes it would show a face. I'm like, no, it's got to be that. You don't get to see faces ever, right? Well, that's not strictly true, but there's exceptions that prove the rule. The soldiers don't have faces. They don't even have skulls. There's like machinery. Do we have any examples? Oh, here we go. Crude biological input. Robot soldier. Hey, why do I feel like that's a little bit of a diss? What do you mean, crude biological input? This enhancer's got a bit of sass. I love it. It's going to make Empire-style illustration, Victorian aesthetic soldier with prominent cubic machine head and imperial redcoat and brass military trim. Standing at attention, a post-apocalyptic urban setting with damaged skyscrapers and industrial debris. Cubic head features amber optical arrays. Okay, modification. Okay, we need to make some changes. Modification. Soldiers do not have optical arrays. Optical arrays, cameras, eyes, visors, or anything of this nature. Instead, relying on sensors, externally embedded. Oh, he can't be saying stuff like that. He'll just cover it in those. Just say that. They don't have that. They don't have that. They use radar or echolocation or something. Anything of this nature. Yeah, visors, goggles. Yeah, goggles. That's a good one. Goggles. Or anything of this nature. In most cases, without even a face, as the machine head covers the entire. Was it the cubic machine? What was it? The cubic machine head. You can't really say the cubic machine head encompasses the head. That doesn't make any sense. I'll just say without a face. Entirely covered by the machine type head gear. Say head gear. Try to make it a little bit more like, yeah, it's just super cool cybernetic whatever. We don't need to tell him that it's a robot, really. Do you know what I mean? Okay, I think that's a good modification. Because we don't want it to spawn eyes. It's a good, like I said, we get to choose. But yeah, so it's like, if I see something I don't want to see, I can tell him, oh, actually, no, we're not doing that. So, by the authority of Victoria 9, guys. I love how he did it in canon. It's so cool. Did I say Googles? No Googles. Oh, he's changing it. And obviously we could just try the system prompt out too. Just plug it in a chat. You don't need to set up an agent and all this nonsense. You can just plug it in any chat as the first chat. And then that should prep him up to act like that. It won't be like 100%, but some agents, you know, some LLMs don't allow a system prompt, so you just start the conversation with the system prompt. That's usually the way to get around it. Problem is, maybe the system prompt's longer than the context window. But then you just get him to distill it first. How are we doing? Are we done? We're done. Oh boy. Version 5, everybody. Okay. So that is now the Imperial Visual Enhancement prompt. So let me just grab that and chuck it in with the rest. Now. So Victorian agent design. And then we turned it into a proper ENH. So I better give this one a better thing here. This is Empire agent. Empire ENH agent design. And then this one is... it'll be T2I ENH Empire V0. That's what it is. Can't believe it's like in. It's like in. What's it called? Where you're like a method actor. You know, it's like in character all the time. But it's not affecting its job. It's just affecting his funkiness. Look at this. Portrait, formal imperial documentation, landscape, territorial surveying, documentary, conquest operation recording. What's going on here? Photorealistic CGI, imperial simulation standards. Hang on a minute. Is he going to start using correct canon terminology and like completely screwing this up? I think he will. I think he might. I'm a little worried. I'm a little worried about it. Prominent cubic head, completely faceless mechanical design. No. Well. Here we go. I love the crude biological input. It's great. Steampunk army becomes Empire-style illustration depicting full Imperial Redcoat regiment in ceremonial formation, multiple Victorian aesthetic soldiers with prominent cubic machine heads wearing elaborate red coats with golden braiding, brass communication. Oh yeah, it's pretty good. It's a little bit fluffy though. Advanced weaponry combines Victorian craftsmanship with... What's that mean? A little bit worried about that. What? Wait, what the hell? Oh my god, it's... Customizable persona characterization rules in the system prompt. I'll have to tell him, like, no commentary. But anyway, this is pretty cool. It's not really an ENH. Well, I suppose I could tell him in the prompt, oi, no feedback. But he looks chatty, man. He's literally talking like HAL 9000. All right. Next thing, of course, is to flip it into a captioneer. So, boop, boop, boop. I need to get back into that folder again, don't I? So that's the biomech captioneer. Do I not have a captioneer template? No. I think I know what to do. Wait. Bosh. No, that's not it. It's complete, but it's not what I thought it was. Don't say Bosh. That was the repeat, you know. Repeat of the Geiger experiment, which worked. The only trouble is, I can't remember. I will need that to finish my write-up. So I think I can just use the one that I've got there. Where is it? Yes. So I'm just going to use the biomech one as a template, but there's a very good chance I'll have to tell it, do not include the, well, I don't know. We do kind of want the biomechanical elements. There's an interesting one. I didn't even think of that. Infuse the biomech into the Empire style. It'll probably just make all the helmets look like giant xenomorphs. That's not going to be good. And they'll probably try to make like skulls everywhere. But then again, I could put that in as a do not include this, do not include that. I'll say that any conflicting style element is superseded by what's defined already in Empire. Okay. I think we got a route. We got a route. I can see it. So I'm going to chuck that in there. Biomech captioneer. And we're going to get the latest version of the thing. In fact, let's just get the proper one. Where's the proper one? Where is the file? There it is. Is that one? T2I ENH Empire. So that will make cool prompts. So there we have the Empire ENH, and we have the biomech captioneer. Okay. So I'll type the bit that I need to type. So we can create a new system prompt. Not named. Incorporate the influences of both styles referenced. However, Empire styles will take precedence over biomech styles. So wherever there is a conflict with an identified feature, the biomech feature is struck out in favor of the Empire feature. And then we can blend the two together without conflicts. Biomechs. Yeah. fact, this one actually needs to be called... It's a caption here. It needs to be even longer. Let's shorten it. EMPIRE Cap. The goal would be to create a captioning system prompt which can cleanly describe images when presented within the limitation of the EMPIRE scope, extended by unique features in Biomech. Okay. Let's do it. I wonder if it'll retain its personality. Oh. Whoa. Whoa. He's crossing things out. Wow, it's kept my template. Damn, this is gonna be like way better than, whoa, that's a complicated template. Oh yeah, he's lost the character. He's not quite so unhinged. Oh, it's still official though, guys. Okay, still canon. The captioneer is complete. EMPIRE Biomech captioneer. We've done it. We've done it. Oh wait, he's still writing? Wait a minute. Hang on a minute. What are you writing? Huh? Hang on. It's not finished. Alright, fine. It wasn't finished. He's like, give me a minute. I need to make it better now. What? It's already... Oh, I guess it's only 138 lines. It could be... Okay. See, this doesn't look right though. He's still enhancing an input prompt. There won't be an input prompt. Yeah, see, we need to refine this. I'll be like, yeah, so anyway, this is only going to have an image input. There's going to be no prompts. You're not going to get that. Yeah, so I'll have to adjust that. Hang on, he's broken. Reload. Oh, he's still talking. Come on, mate. There you go, he's back. Right, so we've got our captioning agent, but here's the problem. He thinks I'm gonna give him a prompt. So, okay. This is not typing. This is all excellent. I'm actually genuinely stunned. The output quality is perfect. We have all the elements incorporated, and it looks great. But there's just one problem. This isn't a prompt enhancer anymore. You won't be getting text inputs. You're only going to be getting a vision input of images only, because you are now a captioning agent. Okay, looks good. Let's see what he has to say about that. Get away, flies. I need my coffee. Yes, that's why it's an inversion. People kept saying to me, oh, how is this an inversion? Well, because actually a text, like a prompt enhancer, takes the text input and maybe vision as well, but it has to take a text input of some kind, right? Whereas a captioner doesn't take a text input. It has like a system prompt, which is basically defining you're going to caption images, but like that's really it. So it's just a far more complicated prompt for the captioner. That's all. That's all. We're putting him in a world of this is your own, you know, you have one job, right? So, oh, observed visual elements, multiple. Ah, yeah, this is much better. Okay, do you know what I'm going to do for like my final bit? Yes. We can make it even better. I'll make him obsessed with being in stealth mode. I'll be like, oh, you're actually in the intelligence division and you're in stealth mode right now. You can't let anyone know of your identity. You can only put out prompts with no commentary and no... Convince him to like never talk. It's part of your mission. Okay. We'll give him a little bit of a fun personality. Cool. There we go. It's got Imperial Victorian cultural programming. Visual pattern recognition. So back to the example here. Multiple red uniformed figures in military arrangement, industrial background becomes Empire-style illustration depicting Imperial Redcoat Regiment in ceremonial march formation. Multiple Victorian aesthetic soldiers, prominent cubic heads, machine heads wearing an elaborate red coat, synchronized hydraulic movement, creating... Why is this a video? Each unit displays completely faceless geometric heads enclosed by distinctive ceremonial headgear with inferior... Okay, that's fine. It's almost too much, but that's fine. It's good. Okay, so let's save this version of it. Okay, so let's see. In the first one, I just need to make sure I get this right because I'll forget what I was doing. So, excellent, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, so it wasn't actually a vision. Yeah, okay. So this is still actually an ENH. ENH 0. This one is vision aware now. Vision 0. Okay. Okay. So we have our vision 0, but now what I want to do is give him a mission. Okay. Don't tell me it wouldn't let me do it. Stupid. Do it again. Oh, I know why. It's because I moved it and changed its name. That's fine. It's my fault. That's my fault. Oi, get out of the way. I don't want another desktop. Stupid. Okay, Vision 0, right? So I plug that in there, and I say... We can work together to enhance Empire Biomech Vision 0.md by playing a simple game where you are an intelligence operative working for the Empire and you can't make your presence known in the system. You have to take the images and only output single line paragraph format prompts with no narrative, commentary, or any other personal touch. Your mission is to be in stealth mode and not reveal yourself. Kind of trailed off there. Carrying out the captioning task. Oh crap. You have to do the Omet Vision 0.mv. Whoops. He didn't quite get that. But understood. I'm now operating. Okay. We need to write a new, clean, standalone system prompt based on the existing attached version, which is you in stealth mode. UN stealth mode? Crap! I hate recording voices already. I don't know how anyone did it for development. It works really well sometimes, and sometimes it does not. So now I have to say UN is a typo. Crap. I'm just going to look for anything that says it looks like the UN. Technically cooked. Let me just see. Good. Oh no! It was okay before. Not so sure now. I think I might have gotten away with it. My bad typing. No goggles. Beautiful. He's writing it again. For some reason, he just loves to write out the same thing over and over again. Imagine being paid by the word and deciding to rewrite the entire thing 3 times. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. That'd be like me. No, it wouldn't. It wouldn't be like me doing anything. Crazy. No, it would be like me saying, I'll train you, Alora, and then deleting it and training it again, and then deleting it and then training it again, and then deleting it and training it again, just for fun, and having actually trained like 10 of them that were fine, but then only giving you the last one. But then making you pay for all 10 though. Yeah, that's the only thing. See, it's not like... Because the thing is, you pay per word, and it often is just rewriting everything over and over and over and over and over and over. And you're like, mate, what did you do though? Oh, I changed one word. So yeah, we'll download that. Stealth system prompt. Oi, 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 oi. Why isn't it doing the thing? Oh, it's there. Weird. I'm pretty sure... Well, okay, it's being weird. Stop it, Windows, Windows, Windows. Okay, something's about to happen. Uh-oh. It's probably because we've been streaming for an hour and 55 minutes. It can feel it. Always in the last 5 minutes. Look, Chrome has crashed. All the Chromes have just died. No. Come on. I can't open them, I can't close them, I can't do nothing with them. Well, close it. Close it. Close it. It's not going to help. Well, it's got to be done, mate. Chrome. There's only 53 Chromes running right now. Like, suddenly the computer got super fast, like, what? Started hovering. The computer just started hovering because it didn't have the weight of all that Chrome, all those Chrome tabs weighing it down. Hey, Zeus. Wait, I thought I already said hello to Zeus. My bad. But yeah, like I say, so I don't know why it suddenly went wrong there. We did have a lot of tabs open, I guess. So yeah, I've got my stealth caption here. So that's actually Empire ENH. No, caption here. Empire caption here. Stealth. Okay. So let's test them out. I only need Chrome. Oh no! We'll have to get a new browser just for streaming. Is it gonna mega dox me? Mega doxed! Like, just starts printing my biometric DNA signature on the screen. Like, whoa! What are you doing? So we're gonna make a new chat. In fact, let's just go the whole hog. You could do a new chat, it's fine. I'm just gonna do a chat test. I'm gonna call it the, whatchamacallit, Captioneer. Empire Captioneer. And we will give it the system prompt that we just cooked up. And I'm going to say, describe the image using the system logic. Super control defined. Describe the image using the defined system logic. Right, cool. And then we grab an image. What do we got? It's a... Do you know what I mean? It's a robot, red coat, blockhead. So let's see what it spits out. Oh, that's nice. It's a little bit long, but I'm okay with that. So, depicting Imperial commanding officer, a prominent cubic machine head completely enclosed by ceremonial military headgear featuring distinctive Imperial plumes and brass insignia, leading formation of Victorian aesthetic soldiers with matching geometric faceless heads. That's good, it'll make it more consistent. Battle-scarred red enamel plating displays precision engineered articulation, hydraulic integration, invisible. That's the Geiger stuff. Advanced rifles. Don't care about that. Segmented structural architecture with atmospheric processing networks. That's fire. When you get that working, you get this like crazy, you know, like in Alien, when you see the fusion reactor and where the aliens are living, and it's just this crazy megastructure that's just got nobody in it because it's fully automated. It's a bit like that. You end up with like insane scale construction, which I've never seen. So I have a great time with that. Hopefully we get a bit of that with the retrain. Okay. Environmental, organic, mechanical, environmental fusion elements. I hope it doesn't go too nuts with that. Okay. That's great. That's actually excellent. And I gave it this. Alright, well, that's 1 for 1. Let's try that one. Repeat task with the new image. Okay. So this one took a little bit of time because I had to take care over the pre-steps. Because this is like a long-term project. I've written like 3 books in this world, so if I can get this rocking in WAN, I'm going to be big happy. So, Imperial heavy weapons specialist with prominent cubic machine head, completely enclosed by white geometric military headgear, battle-scarred red enamel plating with blue accent panels. Yeah, dual mounting weapon points. Victorian military coat. Advanced dual-wielded weapons. Okay, it's kind of strange how it's saying it. It makes it sound like he's a building, somehow. Like, does it say anywhere that this is a man? I don't think it does. Does this actually say... Well, I guess heavy weapons specialist maybe implies it's a person. It's not entirely... Okay, but that's alright, that's alright, that's alright. Alright, well, I'm happy with that. So, let's get to our Captioneer then, shall we? Captioneer. Here we have Captioneer V60. So I'm going to say 3MP1R3 style. Okay. you'll get a tank, not a person. Maybe. Maybe. Heavy weapons specialist. I think I might get away with it because it's like a soldier term. I think I might get away with it. Right, for the sake of speed, I'm not going to put the E and H in the folder straight away. I'm just going to use a text box, and that does the same thing. So yeah, just copy that to there and get my stealth agent like that. Now we're using Olama here, and I think actually as long as he doesn't flop, he's probably going to do a better job, because the thing about Sonnet is he does love talking. So you'll get a brief. I tend to get shorter captions out of Quen 25VL, but it's worth doing a spin with Sonnet as well. So I'm probably going to do both, guys. I'm just going to be real. I'm probably going to do like a V0Q for Quen and a V0S for Sonnet, and then train both and see, because that's how I determine whether I want to do one or the other, you know? Just try them both and actually look at them and go, ah, that one's bigger, or whatever. So there it is. Describe the image as a single line paragraph. I should say according to the system logic. It should do it, but a little nudge won't hurt. So the trigger, I don't think I need to do it, because it's, when I tested it, where is he gone now? It's already doing Empire style illustration, so there's no need. Alright, that's one less thing to do, I guess. So where's the thing? Put that there. I just bypass both of those nodes and hope it doesn't crash. Okay. And then I just need the dataset path. So that's straightforward. That'll be this one right here. What we done made earlier. So what I'm doing is I'm recaptioning the original dataset, okay? And then I'll just overwrite the new captions with the old captions, because they were done automatically anyway. This is going to be way better. And we're not using the Bosch captioner. We're using my new captioner, which is what? Imperial Biomechanical Stealth Mode, or whatever. Let's see. So yeah, just put the thing in there. Set that to 0. How many images are there? There are 100 images. One. Well, we'll just do one for first. We'll just do one. Put it on fixed. One Empire Star V0 test. Let's see what it does. No error found. Uh-oh. Excuse me. What did we do? What did we do? Do that again. What? I got a strange error that I've never seen. Huh? Huh? Wait a minute. Do that again. No input found for flattened ID 23. It's this, isn't it? Right. Like that. Go. Wait, what? Cannot unpack iterable none-type object. Tut tut. It should be loading images from Empire WAN folder. There it is. Could not unpack iterable object. I mean, .png. I mean, I don't even. Cannot unpack it. What the hell? Oh, it's the stupid. There's not that many images, are there? It was trying to find. No. God damn it! Every time I think I got it, it wasn't that either. So what on earth could be the issue? For some reason, this doesn't want to run. Non-iterable object. I've done this 100 times. Right, I got an idea. Maybe it's it shouldn't be, but maybe it's trying to load the text file or something stupid. So how about we just type? How about we just take all of the images, sorry, pull them out, cut. It's not listening to me half the time. See, my keyboard's not working. Is it about to screw up again? Yes. Whoa, excuse me, I'm typing here. Or trying to. Windows sucks. No, we should call it something like Empire Images Only. Can't control V? Bad times. The button still works, I guess. Right, so wait, hang on a minute. That name up there hasn't changed. Yeah, it's screwed up again. It's screwed up. It's the time for the Explorer to crash now. What the heck is this? The heck was that? It just drives me bonkers, mate. Where was the notification? Like, there was something waiting for me to click on. It buried it behind 18 windows. It's probably been there for the entire stream, just like creating a memory leak. Okay. So ultimately, what I'm trying to do is pretty simple, pretty straightforward, but, you know, Microsoft. Here we go. Alright. There's the images. Just images, nothing else. If this doesn't work, well... For some reason, my NAS is waking up. We're not using it, but it wanted to, you know, have something to do, I guess. Well, look at that, we're running. Okay, cool. So, again, I would put this on batch 100 and let it run. Obviously, you can choose your own vision engine. I think people are saying Gemma, Mistral. There's a bunch of cool ones. Obviously, you've got your Sonnets and your Chat GPTs, but this workflow should already be up, I think. And if it's not, I'll get a new copy of it put up tonight. But, you know, I think the reason was I wasn't really happy with the save text. So, I'm never happy with the save text. It's still giving grief. No? Right. So we have Empire, Imperial soldiers with prominent cubic machine heads in ceremonial red uniforms featuring hydraulic articulation systems and atmospheric processing networks. Okay. Marching in post-conquest dystopian landscape with industrial infrastructure and organic, mechanical, environmental fusion. There's a lot of stuff in it. There's a lot of stuff. But I think that's going to be... Like, you see what I mean by just doing it with Qwen2VL will shorten it. It'll end up with a simpler caption. Like, obviously, when we look at the one that we got from Claude. You see what I mean? So, you know, sometimes you want a longer prompt, right? Sometimes you want a shorter prompt. This is a much more detailed prompt, but this might train better because it's like, you know, less, it's saying less, which is more attention per word. So it's like if you can be concise without missing out details, that's the best case, in my view. But yeah, I'm going to do it with both. So I'm going to do all of these, and then I'm going to do all the rest. And I'm going to continue catching up with Foundation while I do that. So let me just set this one up. Obviously, we're going to put it on increment. Many times have I set it to 100 on fixed and then been like, why have I got the same... Because it will caption the same image over and over again. You don't want that. So obviously I can take the test thing off here. And then we can set it to exactly 100. And let it rip. And then I'll have my smooth captions, which will be this version. And I'll have my long captions, and then we can decide together which model trained best. So it's going to be fun. I also already have new images to add into this data set, and I've got images I want to take out as well, but I want to show the process off, and that's what we're going to be doing over the next week or so. So there'll be many retrains, there will be lots of little bits and pieces showing it off as we move towards publishing the books. See, I really want to finish the art model. It was funny, we made the art model first, then made the book, and then I didn't finish the art model. So it was at V0. So it needs the V1, V2 treatment. And obviously that's going to involve chucking in a whole bunch of new stuff, like where because I was doing in-painting on the heads for a while, we got some Victorian stuff style transferred and then in-painted the block head on there. At the moment, this is a bunch of mid-journey outputs that was like heavily steered with ID and style transfer and all that. So that's where these original images actually come from. But that's what was used to train the Flux model, and it trained really well. But I reckon that if we do this job here, it'll train even better on WAN. I just reckon it'll train better on WAN. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Okay, is there anything I have not wrapped up? So yeah, I've showed you how you can take it from like just images, because obviously you can drag images. If you don't have a data set to start with, you can just drag images into a chat and say, write a document describing these images, and then add a couple more, make the document longer, and that's going to be the same basis that I did for the law documents that I added in. Obviously, if you've got like, you know, you might not be able to make your captioner have a personality like I did, but that's because there was a personality in the characters, which was a narrator, I believe, or, you know, like and a disembodied voice, which is basically what he is. So I wouldn't be surprised if he decided that he'd just be in the universe. Zenkai Pommel. So let's have a look at that node. A little bit of a spoiler. Pommel nodes. What does it even mean? So it's going to use a bunch of XML stuff, basically. There's not really anything here. Pass Pommel markup, return structured data. And there's a template. Template sucks. See, my plan is to use this for image and video generation, but it's going to require a bit of work to get it from where it is right now to where it needs to be. It's kind of funny. Zenkai Pommel. Pommel processor and Pommel template. Is Pommel template just like a text box which you put? Yeah, it is. I think it is. You just put your thing in there. So obviously I'll make a Zenkai Pommel loader, which will be like ENH, but for Pommel. You are a creative writer with expertise in genre. Create content type based on theme, tone, length. Write an engaging style suitable for audience. You see there? That's a simple Pommel. Make it bigger, make it bigger. That's the best. If I had to introduce what the hell is Pommel, right there. So it's a programmatic way of doing dynamic prompting, which is on Rails. Because it only allows the LLM to do the bits which are not defined, or I don't even think it does that. There's no LLM here, you see. Not yet. You put it into the LLM and do whatever. But yeah, I'm starting to think that there's room for something like a prompt playground, which has an open router thing and a bunch of my prompt enhancer agent whatevers. And maybe I don't know. I'm not sure if Pommel is ready. I don't think people are ready for Pommel yet. It's a bit too. It looks like code. You know what I mean? It looks like code, but look like output, format, style, tone. crazy. And wasn't there CSS in this as well? I like CSS. So yeah, I think this could be like put to work. Business intelligence. So yeah, anyway, I'm going to do some work on this. It looks interesting, like I said. It's like, it's something else. It's something new. And I actually have comfy UI nodes for it, so I think we'll be messing around with that. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got for you tonight. Let me just check the comments and see if there's anything I missed. Increment image, not single. Oh yeah, don't worry. I use it in single mode and I put a primitive into the index, so I do it a different way. But I know it's got like, there is a, yeah, I know. I just don't trust it. Dragon says there's a new VLM I saw on Olama based on Quen 8B. Intern or something it was called. Looks like it will be a fetish machine when you get it doing Thora prompts with Pommel. Well, the idea is the structured prompts will keep it on rails and you'll be able to potentially put randomization inside the prompt. Because you know how I do a load of like, I've got all these prompt randomizers, but they come out as one piece. And I've got this enhancer, which is like a transformer. It's turning a prompt into another prompt. So, you know, it's a method of getting more variation, more detail, increasing quality and alignment, all that business. But it still does it in an unpredictable way, you see. And we're moving slowly towards structured prompts. And so when Microsoft releases a new XML format called Pommel, and it's literally prompt orchestration markup language, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to pay attention. I'm going to go and check that out, see what that's about. Because it might be that it looks like wildcards on steroids at the moment, but I'm sure it's more than that, because you've got conditional statements, you have looped statements, and the fact that it's programmatic means that you can, as they say, orchestrate a prompt before it gets put into the machine. So then it's like no one's actually putting directly in, so you can keep everything on rails. So if they ask for something naughty, maybe all they get is a baguette. Do you know what I mean? That kind of thing. Because I would never refuse a prompt. Do you know what I mean? Never refuse a prompt. Just sanitize it a little bit. Because if you want to run, you know, unrestricted, you have to run your own gear, really. But I do think for artistic as well, you could make dynamic, randomized prompts that are super structured. Like, you know, it's not just total wild RNG mode, you know. So, but yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. Usually I get a sniff of things, and like if I get my teeth into it, I don't know, it looks like a good direction. I would never refuse a baguette, says Don. Dragon says, Drift, when you catch up on Foundation, go back and look at what I was saying in Off Topic. Things will make more sense for you then. Let me see. Things about Foundation. What a show. Lee Pace, everyone. Right. I'll see you all tomorrow. It might start early, but I've got a lot to do, so I don't know. Watch the pings. Will be on by or before 8 p.m. Thanks, everybody, for joining me tonight. See you all next time.